eat 2 avocados and then clean the skins, and then I chopped in half the stones. I don't know if that was the right thing to do. And these have been simmering for about an hour. Kind of looks like dark tea. Smells like tanniny avocado. I don't really know. I've read up online about what to do. I've completely forgotten already, but I think I am supposed to add wet wool to this after this has been sort of simmering slowly for about 3 hours, I reckon, and it should go a nice pink colour. The thing that surprises me is that you need very little avocado. I mean, this is 2, and then an extra stone as well, which was sat on my windowsill waiting to be planted so I could grow an avocado tree, but that's never going to happen. So in the pot it has gone. I may need to add additional water because this is for about this is for a skein that's going to be 250 grams, and I don't think there's enough water in here. It's an experiment, we'll find out. It is the next day, and this is what I'm going to dye. This is 250 grams of double knit merino. And just so you know, I was given this for free by the team at King Cole to do exactly this, to play with the yarn and see what happens. Now, I've been reading a little bit about dyeing, and the initial blog post doesn't say anything about vinegar, but I'm going to give this yarn a vinegar bath first so that it's wet and slightly vinegary. Oh god, sorry, the flapjacks are ready. Hang on, sorry. I've got flapjacks in the oven. Do you want to have a look? So this has been sat overnight and it's reduced loads. I'm not sure. I think I might add some water. It might well be too dark. I don't know. It doesn't matter, does it? If I add some water and I dye this and it's not mega dark, I can just do the process again and over dye, and then it will be darker. These smell amazing. Here is a boring bowl of water, slightly warm, tepid warm, and I've read a couple of blog posts online, so now I'm officially an expert, but I've got some white vinegar, what I think is white vinegar, and I'm just going to put a little bit in, not loads, about that much. Is that right? Don't laugh at me if you are an expert. I'm going to try not to drop my phone in. And that vinegar, I believe, helps fix the dye a little bit. I don't know 100% how necessary it is, but I mean, I may as well. So I've untied that hank. Sorry, my dishes are on the side. I've washed them up, they're clean. I've added a couple of extra ties just to keep it all together. I'm going to try desperately not to drop my phone in the water. Okay, so I'm going to soak that. I don't know how long for or what, but there seems to be quite a lot of it, so I'm going to have to add more water to my pan because this is huge. This has been soaking for about 10 minutes. I'm going to say that's fine. We're too impatient to wait any further. And we've flapjacks are out, looking good, scored, ready to cool, ready to eat. I've taken out the bits. That's what that looks like. And here is a pan, and I have tried to top it up, back up to the line. I don't know, it's a finger deep. Right, and so I guess I just lift this out and put it in. Squeeze. Do you want to squeeze the bottom for me? Can you squeeze that? Do you reckon that'll do? Okay, fine, I'm going to put it in. I don't know if this pan is big enough. Oh, we'll be fine, look. I've got to press down on this. Okay. I don't know if I should have rinsed the vinegar out or not. I've gone for not, because what's the point of getting rid of the vinegar when you need it, or perhaps need it, to actually set this dye? I think, gosh, I'm going to have to add more water, or what I'm going to do now is put this back on the hob, and I'm going to now, I think, really gently simmer that on the lowest heat for however long, and that should help that yarn take on this colour.
What's for dinner? No lunch.
Well, I've just been shopping, so you can have anything you like. But can you not? They're not ready. Look, he's been at this one, yeah, and it's clearly not set. This is on the lowest heat setting on the cooker. It's never going to get darker than this pale pink, so that says that more avocado would be needed to get a deeper colour, or like I've diluted it to accommodate the fact that this is 250 grams. So I think 100 grams for the amount of avocado I had would have produced a darker colour. So I think probably it says on the blog post I found, which I will link, to simmer it on a low heat, never bubbling, until you get it to the colour you like. Well, I can't imagine it's going to get any darker than this. Not really, but I mean, I will keep the heat on it for about half an hour or so, just to see how we go. And then I think I'm going to accept that this is a pale pink. I may also experiment further with this, and this is not its final stage basically. I'm going to continue tinkering to see what happens. I will take it out after maybe half an hour, and then leave it to cool completely before rinsing all the bits, all the avocado bits off, because there's some avocado debris in there still, so it needs to be completely cool, completely dry, and then rinsed. This water is still tepid, but I'm going to drain it now and squeeze it dry. But I did notice that when I push my hand into it, I am pretty sure that that water is a lot less pinky than it was when the dye initially went in, which means that it's taken into the wool instead, which is kind of delightful, really. It's like, I know it's stating the obvious, but for me, I'm like, oh wow, it's worked. Something has transformed or transferred from the water into the wool, and you can see it's not the darkest, but as I said before, I think probably this is the first of many, the first of a couple anyway, of playings around. Oh look, see at the bottom of the pan I've had a few bits of avocado still left. I mean, I did tie, this is me tying on extra string, so hopefully it won't be too knotty. But what I'm going to do now is basically squeeze out the excess water, and then I'm going to hang it up in the utility room to dry, and hopefully it won't go mouldy. That's my biggest fear. Here is the finished result. It dried completely and is now a blush pink. Now it's not perfect, I have paler sections. And then where it hung on the dryer, it is slightly darker down the bottom where all the dye has kind of sunk and dropped to the bottom, which I didn't expect. I didn't think would happen. Didn't really think at all about that. And also where I've tied the blue yarn slightly too tight, there were paler lines around there as well. So essentially I've tie-dyed it unintentionally. So now it's ready to use, but I'm gonna dye it over with some acid dyers I've just bought, purely out of curiosity and for fun. I can't see myself making anything with a pale pink blush colour from the Avocado. It was just a fun experiment. So yeah, it's done, and that's the colour that 250 grams of yarn looks like when you dye 2 avocado skins and 3 seeds, pips, whatever you want to call them.